You think buying from a private seller saves you money. You're right. But what it costs you later, nobody in that driveway is going to tell you. You found a car on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, private seller. The price is noticeably lower than the dealership down the road. The photos look clean. The description says well-maintained, no accidents. Reason for selling, upgrading. You message them, they respond quickly, they're friendly, normal, the kind of person you'd trust. You go see the car, it looks fine in person, starts right up. You take it for a short test drive around the neighborhood, feels okay. You hand over the cash, you drive home thinking you just found a deal. And maybe you did, or maybe you just bought someone else's hidden problem and you have no idea yet. Welcome to Cartence. We break down the hidden problems of your car. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact tactics private sellers, not all of them, but the ones you need to fear, use to move a problem car to you without lying once, not a single lie, and still completely deceive you. There's a specific psychology to how this works, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Stick with me to the end because I'm going to give you a question, just one question that you should ask every private seller before you ever leave your house to go see their car. The answer tells you almost everything. Here's the belief that gets people hurt. Private sellers are just regular people, not trying to scam me. That's mostly true. Most private sellers are honest. They're selling because they're upgrading, relocating, or just done with the car. No agenda. But here's what nobody talks about. You cannot tell the honest sellers from the strategic ones just by looking at them. They are indistinguishable. Same polite tone, same clean driveway, same story about why they're selling. The strategic seller, the one you need to protect yourself from, is not a professional scammer. They're usually just someone who knows their car has a problem, doesn't want to deal with it, and has figured out that a private sale is the fastest way to make it someone else's problem, legally, cleanly, with a bill of sale that says sold as is. 2 words, as is, the most important words in any private vehicle transaction, and most buyers don't fully understand what they mean until it's too late. Let's talk about how a private seller moves a problem car without lying. Step 1 is timing. They list the car right after a cheap fix, an oil change, a detail, new wiper blades. The car looks freshly maintained. It smells clean. The fluids are topped off. You see this and your brain registers, this person takes care of their car. That impression is manufactured. Step 2 is the controlled environment. The test drive is short. It stays local. Neighborhood roads, low speeds. The route avoids the highway because highway speeds expose vibrations, shimmy, transmission hesitation, and brake fade that you'd never notice at 25 miles per hour. You don't know this. They do. Step 3 is selective disclosure. They will tell you true things that sound comprehensive. New tires last year. Just had the brakes done. It's never left me stranded. All of that can be completely accurate while hiding a transmission that slips under load, a head gasket weeping coolant, or a frame that was straightened after a hit that never made it to the insurance report. They didn't lie. They curated, and curation is legal. Step 4 is urgency and social pressure. I've got 2 other people coming to look at it this weekend. This is the oldest move in private sales. Real or not, it works. It collapses your decision window. It short-circuits careful thinking. You stop asking questions and start worrying about losing the deal. So you buy it. You drive it home. For the first week, maybe 2, it's fine. The car runs. You feel good about the purchase. Then week 3, a noise you haven't heard before. Maybe a shudder when you accelerate. Maybe the temperature gauge climbs a little higher than it should. You tell yourself it's normal. You're still getting used to the car. Then the check engine light comes on. You plug in an OBD scanner or take it to an auto parts store. The code is something you've never heard of. You Google it. The repair estimate hits you like a wall. You call the seller. They don't answer. You text. No response. You try again. Nothing. They're not going to respond. They were never going to respond. The moment you signed that bill of sale and handed them the money, their obligation ended. Legally, completely, permanently. You now own the problem. All of it. You paid to take it off their hands. Let's put real numbers on this. The most common hidden problems in private seller cars: transmission issues discovered within 60 days of purchase, average repair cost $2,800 to $4,500. Head gasket failure, $1,500 to $3,000 on a 4-cylinder, more on anything bigger. Catalytic converter failure from years of running rich, $900 to $2,200. Suspension damage from an unreported accident, $1,000 to $3,000 depending on what bent. These aren't edge cases. These are the exact repairs that show up in the months after a private purchase when the buyer skipped the right steps. And the cruelest part, in most states, private vehicle sales have no legal recourse, no lemon law protection, no implied warranty on the seller's part to have told you anything they didn't volunteer. You bought it as is. That's a contract. The court will not help you. People have bought $6,000 cars and spent $4,000 repairing them within 90 days. Some walk away from the car entirely. Some keep throwing money at it because they can't afford to do anything else. But here's where it gets interesting. Because protecting yourself from all of this doesn't require a mechanic. It doesn't require a Carfax report. It doesn't even require leaving your house first. It requires knowing what to ask, and more importantly, how to read the answer. Before we get to what to do, understand this. Honest sellers and strategic sellers behave differently under the right kind of questioning. Most people don't ask the right questions, so they never see the difference. An honest seller has no problem with your questions. They may not know every answer, but they're comfortable with the uncertainty. They'll say, "I'm not sure about that. You could have a mechanic check." They have nothing to hide, so your scrutiny doesn't threaten them. A strategic seller, consciously or not, gets uncomfortable with specific questions. They become vague, they redirect, they remind you about competing interests, they accelerate the conversation toward a decision. Watch for the shift. The moment your questions create friction is the moment you have information.
Here's exactly what to do before you ever drive to see a private seller car. Step 1. Ask for the VIN before you visit. Run it through the NHTSA database, free, to check for open recalls. Run it through a free VIN decoder to confirm the car matches what they described. Any hesitation about giving you the VIN before a visit is a signal. Step 2. Ask this exact question on the phone or in your first message. Has this car had any major repairs or issues in the last 2 years? Then stop talking. Let them answer. Don't fill the silence. Honest sellers answer directly. Strategic sellers give you a hedge. Step 3. Request a pre-purchase inspection at an independent shop, your shop, not one they suggest. If they refuse or say it's fine, you can see it yourself, walk away. A seller with nothing to hide welcomes inspection. It's free proof their car is worth the price. Step 5. Insist on a highway test drive, at least 10 minutes at speed. This exposes transmission slipping, vibrations, brake fade, and HVAC issues that a neighborhood loop will never reveal. If they limit your route, that's a red flag, not a preference. Step 6. Bring a cheap OBD2 scanner, under $30 online. Plug it in with the car running before you even take a test drive. A seller who says no to this is telling you something important. Any stored codes, even cleared ones, show up as readiness monitors not set on a quality scanner. That pattern after a recent clear is a classic pre-sale trick. Earlier, I promised you one question that tells you almost everything about a private seller's honesty. Here it is. Would you be comfortable if my mechanic inspects this car before I decide? That's it. The answer and the way they answer it is the most honest thing they will tell you to you. Yes, without hesitation, you're probably dealing with an honest seller. They know what the car is. They're not afraid of what a mechanic will find. Yes, with conditions, such as "I'd prefer you didn't take it far" or "Can we do it quickly?" Moderate caution required. Not a deal breaker, but stay alert. Any version of no or a sudden mention that 2 other people are coming Saturday, end the conversation. Thank them for their time, leave. The deal you walk away from cannot hurt you. The deal you rushed into can follow you for years. Private seller deals are real. They exist. I'm not telling you to avoid them. I'm telling you that the market has no mechanism to protect you. No warranty, no lemon law, no cooling off period. Protection has to come from you before you sign. The sellers who hurt buyers don't do it dramatically. They do it quietly, through omission, through a short test drive, through a bill of sale that transfers all risk in 2 words. Now you know what they know. Use it. The best private seller deals go to people who ask the right questions. The worst ones go to people who are too excited to ask any.